There are two ways that you can overcome anxiety and you become the man that women really want. And I'm also going to tell you in this video how you find a friends with benefits in 4 weeks. First of all, the two fundamental ways to overcome the anxiety and to become the man is that number one, you need to meditate. Number two, you need to work out, because by doing this, you're balancing the mind, you're training your mind, you're training your body, and now the part of your vehicle is ready to go out and meet a woman. And if you want one of the best meditations that I know of, then you can get it for free. It's called Love and Light. Just click the link down below and you're gonna get it straight into your inbox. Now, how do you get a friends with benefits? How do you meet someone in 4 weeks or less? I had a client, and this guy, he had never had a friends with benefits before. He was afraid to talk with women, and his main challenge was that when he wanted to approach a woman, he would freeze up, and then after it, he would self-attack. He would start to tell himself that, oh, this wasn't good enough and I suck. And the problem here was that he had a deep-rooted issue which was within his inner child, and within his inner child then he was constantly telling himself that I'm not good enough unless I am performing, I'm putting up a front, I'm being someone I'm not. And that meant that he was always chasing, always trying to get validation from others, because he was always trying to prove himself. And this was a disaster. But then, what we did is we went through some guiding, some emotional release, and some inner child work. And when we did that, he was now feeling calmer. He was feeling less pressure to perform. And now he enjoyed being out in public without the shame of just being himself. And he started to do some of the meditations in public, as well as going out to cafes, and he would have these small interactions, short interactions, maybe looking at someone, smiling, saying hi. And this was the first week. Now the second week, what happened is that he still felt anxious about approaching attractive girls, especially when he saw 2 hot girls, and he was thinking, fuck, I need to act, I have to do something. And this caused this experience of actually meeting these girls. It became like a work, it became like something he had to do, and there was so much pressure, so much neediness of needing it to work that he didn't do anything. So what we did is we reframed this neediness into self-love. And we did that with inner child work, and now he didn't self-attack. Afterwards, he was fine. He didn't talk with those beautiful women. He was fine. He didn't tell himself, oh, I needed to do that, that was bad. No, he was fine. And that helped him to now be able to visualize actually approaching women. So he wasn't approaching just yet, but he was able to not hate himself for actually not going up, and visualize himself actually doing it. And in this way, he was now priming himself to go up. So on week 3, he wanted to approach, but he didn't know how to express his desire, to say what's really on his mind, to speak his truth and say, you know, I think you're beautiful, I think you're sexy, I think you're cute, I think you're hot. He wasn't able to do that because he felt so much shame around his desire. Now, he could have just went up and say, you know, what time is it? They're using something indirect, but this felt cowardly for him. It felt like, you know, I'm not a brave guy if I don't do it directly, but the direct approaches was scaring him, so he was not approaching it. What we did is we did some role playing. We experienced some deep realizations which he had been carrying within himself for a long time, and then we practiced presence-based approaching instead of performance-based. And what now happened is he was able to approach. He felt like he didn't need a certain outcome. He felt like he could be himself. He felt like expressing his desire. And then something happened, because as his confidence was growing, he goes up to this group of people that he knew, and one of them was a girl that he liked, and also there was a friend of him. And after telling the girl something about, you know, what he felt, saying like, oh, you look good, or whatever it was, his friend told him that, you know, that wasn't the real you, when he was showing his desire. So now he was experiencing resistance from the outside, which always means that there is some resistance from within. So pretty much what we did is we released some shame around his sexuality. We practiced to separate rejection, meaning whatever results, whatever response you get, from his self-worth, so that he was able to show intention, because he wasn't that afraid of what the response would be. And now he was able to go up and express his desire. He was able to say what he wanted to say, because he let go of the blockages, the inner blockages that held him back. And shortly after, he met this girl. They started this friends with benefits relationship, which was so healing for him at the time, because he'd never had this type of casual sex. He always thought that you needed to, you know, be in a marriage or in a serious relationship to have sex. And these are things that conditions that he learned from his parents, which learned from their parents, and so on and so on. So that was amazing. And if you look at these 4 weeks, what we did is that first we made it okay to be yourself in public, to do small things, to meditate, say hello to someone. The second thing is that we changed like this neediness, so that he didn't need to get a certain outcome. It was more about you just being able to, you know, do a little bit and then be okay with not doing it, because that's fine as well. And then it was about doing it from a place of being present, not a place of getting something, getting whatever. And then the fourth one was to let go of these inner blockages. So when you do these steps, these 4 steps, then you can meet a friends with benefits if that's what you want. And again, if you are if you're interested in really taking these steps, you can click the link down below, join my email list. That's also where you're going to get some free material, the meditation, and also some opportunities to work with me one-on-one. And yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and if you're not already subscribed, man, then what's up? I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.